Hmm. This guy left his food cart out in the open, and he didn't cover the food. That's probably pretty unsanitary. We are gonna get 2 points if we manage to do this non-violent. In a non-violent way, so we do wanna. Oh, we also have the porter. Hello, what's up? As you approach, Elder Angie's eyes widen, her mouth falls open, and the veins on her neck bulge. What are you doing? You've brought this thing into our home. Quick, kill it before it kills us. Porter hefts his pistol warily, but does not aim it at anyone. Yeah, I have to say, this isn't a good idea. Why the hell is a ghoul in here? Why is it wearing armor? Calm yourselves. I am not an it, and your elders know this intimately. Gaichu bares his teeth in a rictus grin as he turns to face Angie. Good evening, Elder Angie. I can smell your fear, and I'm glad of this. It means you're learning the price of betrayal. Whoa, 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 what the hell is going on here? Can someone explain to me why this ghoul is talking? Yeah, Gaichu had a contract with the elders and they betrayed them. You dare to accuse us of conspiring with a monster and covering it up? You're insane. The very idea is preposterous. The porter nods at the elders, looking back to you with a wary expression. I'm interested to hear what kind of evidence you have to support this theory. This, as far as I can tell, this monster killed Tong and the others, and that makes him a threat that should be eliminated. Yeah, the elders hired Gaicha to kill Elder Magpie and make it look like she disappeared. You believe this vermin? This creature that feasts on metahuman flesh, that kills and dismembers our tribesmen? You are a naive and foolish man if that's the case. And she spits on the ground in front of Gaichu. Don't spit inside, you bitch! How dare you! What proof do you have that Magpie is dead? Angie, please. In matters where an elder is accused of breaking our law, the other elders generally judge them. In matters where all of them have been accused, I am authorized to act as a judge. Make your case, Shadowrunner. Yeah, I found Magpie's necklace in the stone brains. He takes a moment to examine the necklace. He nods at you. This is definitely Magpie's. Elder Magpie's. If you found it in the stone brain, that's suspicious, but hardly proof of it on its own. Of course it's not proof. The number of things lost down stone drains in Hong Kong must number in the tens of thousands per year. While unusual, it's hardly evidence of foul play. There was also a large amount of blood in her shower drain. So what? Perhaps she cut herself and washed the cut off, or perhaps you are mistaken about it being blood. You're simply guessing as to what happened. That's true, it's a guess. And even if it's her blood, that doesn't prove that the elders hired this ghoul to kill her. Porter gives Elder Ip a sidelong glance. The elders have always protected One Power Garden to the best of their ability. Well, she hasn't been seen in a month. Not by anyone. She wouldn't just disappear like that. That may be unlikely, but it's hardly impossible. You haven't established that the elders were involved. All you've done is make suppositions about it. What proof do you have that we hired and betrayed this creature? I won't sit by and listen to idle accusations without any kind of concrete evidence to back it up. What about the fight with the Hong Kong police force? How do you mean? What does that have to do with the elders and the ghoul? The evidence in the garage points to a fight with someone using a sword. We allowed the police into One Power Garden because they were hunting someone. They never told us who or why they were looking for their quarry. It didn't have anything to do with us. Gaichu hisses through clenched teeth, addressing Porter Lamb. I was only in the garage to collect payment from them. The ordinary residents were warned of the HKPF's arrival and were gone by the time I arrived. That's suspicious, I admit. The porter regards the elders for a long moment. It still doesn't prove the elders knew it was the ghoul. This is a piece of Garch's armor I found in the garage. The markings on it prove it. I point out the armor's markings to Porter, and he nods with some satisfaction. This is from his armor, definitely. How does it prove that the elders knew of the ghoul's existence? The police officers were abnormally armed and armored, with much heavier gear than a normal patrol. They were armed with armor-piercing, discarding sabot rounds. That's hardly standard issue. Lesser weapons wouldn't have broken that armor plate. All they were looking for was a common fugitive. Why be prepared for a fight of that magnitude? Obviously they knew what they were searching for. That doesn't mean we did. Yuan Poans don't allow police inside the area. Why make an exception this time? The police were polite and asked our permission to enter. They were hunting a non-Yuan Poan. There was reason enough for us to allow them in. Porter considers this for a moment and then shakes his head. That doesn't add up, NG. Why would the police ask us for entry now? They've never been polite before, and they've always tried to force their way in here. It doesn't ring true to me. Did you ask them to come, in order to hunt down this ghoul? Preposterous. Porter, you know what our community is like. We wouldn't lie over something like this. This ghoul has been lying the entire time, trying to cover his tracks. He's so brutally murdered several elders. That's true. Those murders were vicious and cruel. Porter fixes you with a hard stare. I don't see any way to explain that away. This ghoul is a monster for how he killed Chong and the others. Actually, Chong wasn't tortured. There was no astral residue of pain or fear. He didn't even feel the blow. That's correct. I struck a single blow while his back was to me. His death was instant. Regrettable that he had to die for your folly, NG, but necessary to protect my reputation. NG glares at Gaichu in stony silence before addressing Porter. You cannot believe what these people say. They are not to be trusted, and even if it is true, he still killed Chong. Porter looks back at NG, his expression flat and without emotion. Maybe so, NG, but a monster would not take Chong's suffering into account. Maybe a killer, but is not heartless. We weren't medically skilled enough to properly examine Chong's corpse. We needed 4 points in medical. The scene of Chong's murder, like the others, was a deliberate sham. It was made to look more horrific than it was. I believe you. The blood smeared on the walls, the removal of his skin, that's the scene designed to evoke horror, not the scene of an actual fight. Elders, what do you have to say in response? This is a farce. We have dedicated ourselves to protecting the Wampoan tribe and everyone who lives in Wampoa Garden. Do you really believe outsiders and monsters over our words? We, who have only tried to end the killings, you've endured, Porter. You and this Shadowrunner. I concur. Porter, you know me. You know the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be party to killing of another elder. I can't believe we're even entertaining the notion that we have to defend ourselves. We should be disposing of this ghoul instead. Hang narrows his eyes at you, hissing. If you think I'll forget this, you're sorely mistaken. I will not tolerate this kind of insult. Well, the elders were also happy to have the Red Spears move into the garage, almost like they wanted to keep anyone curious about the fight away. That's right, If. You even told me not to go find out what happened with the fight. You said the Red Spears gangers were moving in and to leave them alone. Why would you tell me not to look into it? I was only trying to protect you from the Red Spears. They're dangerous, which is why I wanted to deal with them directly. Magpie's gear was missing, obviously missing. Why didn't Ip tell me that? He would have to have noticed, and Magpie's shop is locked up. Why didn't he want me investigating? Your supposition. You think it proves something that I didn't notice equipment missing? Magpie's shop is always a horrible mess. Tang. You did a full inventory of Magpie's Matrix servers. You assured us everything was running fine and you would be able to continue her work. I find it hard to believe you missed something as obvious as missing equipment, especially while searching her stock. Yeah, that's all I got. Alright, I think I have some idea of what's going on here. And, what do you believe the real story is? Gaichu seems to be telling the truth. Elders, too much facts. Don't that up. You are obviously hiding something, probably a great deal, from the rest of the tribe. I'm sorry, but I have to take you into custody until the community can decide the extent and manner of your punishment. Death would seem appropriate to me, especially given that they keep up this charade even to you, one of their most trusted citizens. Don't you dare talk to me like that, you disgusting beast! Ip begins to raise his weapon. Porter reaches out to stop him. Ip reluctantly stops. Ip, no. Don't make this any worse than it is. Porter turns to face you. Thank you, Fist. I'll make certain that justice is meted out. You are free to go, and I will ensure payment is delivered to you, so long as you take Gaichu with you. I can't have him staying here. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Nice. Now we optional investigate the parking garage? What? As you exit the Wampoa into the sweltering night air of the Corlin streets, Gaichu turns to face you. I confess. I'm unhappy with the decision to allow the Wampoan elders to live. We should have them killed. We should have killed them, if not for other reason than to maintain our reputation. That's why I let them live. That's not how we do things. Gaichu bows to you, head held very low. I can accept this. I'm unused to working with Shadowruns, and assumed you would see things as I do. Hopefully, there's much I can learn from you. Shall we leave this place? I'm eager to be done with Wampoa Garden. Nice, we got 2 karma points. And we're gonna get a few points. Okay, I expected to start going back, but I guess we go to the station first and then go on the train. The MTR rockets noiselessly towards Hioi along the edge of Colin Bay. The black water glitters with night with the light of 1,000 reflected storefronts. Gaichu stares sightlessly out the window. One hand pressed to the glass. The plot by the elders is exposed, and Porter Lamb is in your debt. You have a new ally in the respect of the Wampoans. Sometimes everything goes right on a job. You count yourself lucky this was one of those signs. And we got another 8 points. We can claim our payments. And we have an optional thing to get some rest. Oh hey, we got level ups. Oh no, Gaichu got level ups. So let's see. Active defense. It doesn't say how long he gets it. He's blind, but apparently he can shoot shurikens. Gaichu gains a katana ability plus 100 damage but can only attack stunned targets. Oh wow, that's pretty strong. Actually, let him be like completely a samurai. We have 11 points. And I remember who Reliable Matthew is. We should talk to him before we go to sleep. It's the guy with the drones. We should talk to him because we can apparently get a point. Smooth jazz drifts from cheap speakers on this barge. A wide array of worn-down drones litter the battered deck. Most are utility and domestic types, but a few, cordoned off from the others, are low-end security models. The salesman smiles indulgently at you, a tall, lanky human of clear Cantonese ancestry. He's wearing a cheap suit and limply clutching a smelly cigarillo. He adjusts his tie with exaggerated nonchalance, languid, ostentatious, like an American casino promoter. Hey there, beautiful. Welcome to our little floating heaven. You've got a discerning look to you. What brings you to Reliable Matthew's Robot Bazaar? He taps Ash of our bulky clinging drone beside him. Not waiting for an answer, he continues. Perhaps you're looking for a hexacopter as a guide to Hong Kong, or a little handheld tarantula. Your tea. Brew your tea. Oh, I'm interested in combat models. Reliable Matthew looks over his shoulder at the security drones, some heavy cannibal eyes in the corner of the yard. He turns back to you with a nervous smile. Funny you should ask, I've just gotten a Doberman that I'm selling at an incredible bargain price. Shall we take a look? Okay, yeah, let's look at the security drones, all of them. There's so many different drones, that's kinda cool. Steel Lynx, a Room Sweeper, and a normal one. Shotgun attachment, oh. It's so nice that they have such a variety here. I like it quite a bit. Like the old songs say, a droney day is a happy day. Incredible bargains, huh? They fall off the back of a truck? Are you implying that they're stolen? If so, you're mistaken. He smiles indulgently, as if you just said something in an alien language. This merchandise is provided only by trusted suppliers who certify the authenticity and workability of their goods. I don't furnish manufacturers' certificates, but all the providers are really top-shelf guys, really beautiful people, otherwise I wouldn't care about drones. Can I be a supplier if I have a spare drone? Well, it's a very exclusive process. You need to be a member of the community in good standing, have good references, and pass a background check. He smiles widely. His eyes seem to twitch over you nervously. Or if all you have is a drone, I can work with you. Sounds good to me. Okay. Where do these trusted suppliers get them? Where do fans' prawns and soy chips come from? Or Lucy's lovely textiles? Or the electricity for the lights? Reliable Matthew sweeps his arm expansively. The heavens, trailing a stream of blue cigarillo smoke. Where do we get this glorious bluebird sky? Matthew takes a big breath, staring rapturously at the grey clouds. He looks back down at you. His expression goes flat. He shrugs limply and speaks in monotone for a moment. We're smugglers and fencers. I don't know where they get their drones. Okay, do these suppliers certify the untraceability of their goods? Absolutely. It proudly taps the Technology logo emblazoned on the housework module beside him. Most of them are genuine knockoffs. Any IDs are stripped, but most were never registered in the first place. Okay, I guess I understand. Fantastic. I like to make sure all customers are thoroughly informed and feel completely comfortable with their purchases. Have you seriously been calling me beautiful? You know it, beautiful. I hope I don't offend. I just can't help it. To me, everybody's beautiful, baby. Right back at you, beautiful. Oh, a man after my own heart. Okay, goodbye, Matthew. Let's talk to him again. Reliable Matthew greets you with an expansive grin, sweeping his arms wide. Fist! Beautiful! What do I owe this unexpected pleasure? Why, you're not here for some robotics, are you? Oh, shucks. He rolls his shoulders ostentatiously and sticks his cigarillo casually between his teeth. His eyes are strained, have a strange bloodshot look. A hover drone loiters in front of Matthew. A stream of profanity is spewing from its scratchy speakers. People nearby are looking away, ignoring the awkward situation. Matthew's cigarillo is dead. Drenched by rain, he stands with his signature nonchalance, but the edges of his face are twitching. His eyes are wide with fear. You could listen in, but you've already got the gist. Matthew is being chewed out. A sharp voice emits from the hover drone, interspersed with static crackles. Don't pick up the sails, you're going to be digging dog shit for dog shit out of tire threads for a living. You got me? Reliable Matthew stutters in response. A response. Hey, Kung Ha. Come on, beautiful. I've got a half dozen hard leads coming in just today. Don't give me your cheap hostler shtick, loser. If you don't push it in, you and your fuzzy little pals are gonna be living in a cardboard box. Don't worry, beautiful. I want to hear, yes, sir. If I hear anything else, I'm gonna pull your eyes down to your ass so you can watch me kick the crap out of you. You hear me? Yes, sir. Matthew's voice is barely a whisper. What was that? He says it louder. Yes, sir. That's better. Now don't screw this up, you damn screw up. The drone speakers finish with a shriek of feedback and clack back into its hole. The drone soars up in the sky and races upriver. Matthew shakes himself off. His cheery demeanor surges back with striking resilience. He turns towards you, a little wild-eyed, but otherwise restored to his usual self. This, I hardly saw you there. Come on in, don't be a stranger, beautiful. Who are you talking through the, through the hover drone? Order my supplies. Kung Ha. Pretty good businessman, sharp guy. Sees opportunity where most of us see only broken parts. Funny guy, makes me laugh my ass off. Well, he sounded unhappy. Oh, that's just Kung Ha. He's like a paper tiger. Matthew sways back and forth on his feet, languid and jittery at the same time. He's a big joker. Always shouting, but I think he's a real softy at heart. Real big heart for the little people. Keeps me well stocked. What's your business arrangement with him? I saw on commission. Got to keep these boats moving. They don't earn their keep sitting out in the barge. So you don't own most of these drones? Matthew's brows arch up in surprise. Of course not. How can I afford them? I'm so lucky to have a guy like Kung Ha as a partner. Only problem is he's got me laughing in stitches so much it sometimes distracts me from sales. I don't think we should say this. Anything for you, beautiful. You know what I love about Kung Ha? Talking with him is so invigorating. I feel like I could take on the world right now. Goodbye. Nice to talk to you again. Reliable Matthew stands quietly in his drone lot, arms hanging limply at his sides. He stares silently at the ground. This isn't the soft-spoken style of many Hong Kongers. He looks sad. He looks up briefly as we approach, but quickly looks back at the ground. Hey, Puss. He mumbles his words softly. What's going on? You don't seem yourself. Matthew mumbles something under his breath. After a moment, he looks up suddenly. Can you do me a favor, Puss? I can't leave the rocks right now. Yeah, sure, what's the favor? I was supposed to pick up my medicine this morning, but I overslept. Can you get it from Ambrose for me? Sure. Thanks. I'm super fast. Hello, Ambrose. What's up? Ambrose is starting at a flat panel monitor on the wall. A local news channel was zoomed in on a ultra-modern aircraft carrier moored in Victoria Harbour. You're following the IGN story? A Kensai fighter wing from the Masamune did an honorary flyby of the Executive Council meeting today, rattling the saber hard. Everybody's being cautious as hell, but nobody's blinking. The IGN, the Masamune? What are you talking about? The Imperial Japanese Navy. They've parked the carrier Masamune's battle group in Hong Kong for a visit. Are trying to intimidate the city. Nobody's having it, not even the Japan Corps. It looks like it's being driven by some sort of weird internal Japanese pissing match. Imperial militarists want to cow Hong Kong and bring it under the umbrella. However, almost every megacorp, including all the Japan Corps, want Hong Kong to remain independent. Tensions are high. Is there any chance that Japan will take over the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone? No way, I'm not in a million years. This kind of rooster goes down all the time. Worst that'll happen is a bunch more posturing. Like the IGN has an accidental fire incident with a coastal boat. Somebody test fires an anti-ship missile. The Port Authority finds the Masamune's paperwork lacking and charges them exorbitant harbour fees. Noise like that. They're a bunch of square-haired idiots with muscle cars, revving at each other. Just stay out of smuggler holes. The IGN likes to go on sprees of blowing them up, show how well protected Hong Kong would be under the yoke. Ambrose snorts in amusement. Those honorary flyover fighters have had live ordnance loaded. Ridiculous. Say what you will though, a Kensai multi-role fighter is a swift bird. Ambrose ogles a close-up of one of his shark-like jets on the wall screen. We Mitsubishi double-aught Delta turbofan engines, ramjets, thrust vectoring, generation 4 flight by wire. Hey, gorgeous. Do I have anything to worry about? Yeah, don't go into a bar full of drunk Japanese sailors with a Free San Francisco t-shirt on. Eat Snickers. This whole IGN drama is going on like it always does. The Japanese Navy will eventually realize no one is even paying attention. And they're gonna steam off in a huff and maybe blow a few smugglers out of the water. Happens all the time. Ah, politics. I can only talk about them so much. Let's move on. Yeah, I'm here to pick up reliable Matthew's medicine. Ambrose's brows rise in surprise for a moment. Really? Well, okay. A welder arm opens a cabinet and crackles through packaging. In a moment, it swings over to you, holding a plastic cylinder about the size of a row of breath mints. There you go. The arm gently sets the cylinder in your hand. What are these? Sorry, Fist. I can't discuss a patient's treatment without permission. Confidentiality and Hippocratic oath and all that stuff. I guess I understand, sure. Good, I gotta respect people's privacy. Let's inspect it. The cylinder is lettered with holographic Hanzi, cool blue jazz, non-smoker version. It has a stylized illustration of a laid-back lounge wizard of a man wearing a zoot suit and smoking a cigarillo. Though the semi-transparent plastic, you can see a stack of what looks like tiny pills or chips. We don't have the required etiquettes or the medicine knowledge. Okay, let's just pocket the cylinder. You know what? Let's talk. Let's ask. What happened with Karen? She betrayed me. Ambrose folds one arm tensely across his chest and scowls. She left me here. He nods towards a small framed picture of his impressive home-built computer. That's Karen. Let's inspect it. The picture is of a serious-looking Filipina woman in a black tank top. Her neck, shoulders, and arms are chiseled with lean muscle and spotted with tattoos. She looks vaguely annoyed at the camera. Semper Fidelis is visible in Gothic script, tattooed across her chest. A trans-Catholic rosary hangs on the picture, a crucifix, with a delicate Kali yantra overlaying the center. In the picture, the rosary is visible around the woman's neck. Karen quit Shadowrunning too. Supposedly she made a full recovery. She started delivering for smugglers. She was my main conduit for drugs and cyber. Ambrose shakes his head gently. She just stopped caring about anything. Maybe it was the brain injury. But I don't think so. I think everything she'd done started catching up with her. I could see it in her eyes. Some people just can't take it. Oh wait, sounds like post-traumatic stress disorder maybe. You're right, but hey, if I've got PTSD, a lot of runners have some PTSD. All the gunfights, survival guilt. He looks down at the cement floor, deep in thought. It's rough. At the end of the day, it's a treatable neurological adaptation to extreme stress. Karen though, she had all that to carry and then some. I believe you, go on. Ambrose rubs his mouth with the remainder of his hand. He pauses. She couldn't sleep. She wouldn't take meds for it. I think she didn't want to get better. One day she was here. We were behind the curtain. I went out front to talk to someone. He presses one of his remaining fingers into the side of his neck. She took the butterfly knife and set the point right here. She pushed the blade right through, and out along her trachea, sliced through everything outside of that, severed her own carotid artery. Just like she was removing a sentry. That was it. Done. Ambrose stops. He holds his hand over his mouth. Over his mouth, I guess. For a long moment. When he continues, his voice is thick. She did it right there on the operating table. There wasn't even a thump. That was Karen. Efficient, ruthless, considerate in a weird way. Couldn't even live by her own moral commandments. Couldn't even ask for what she needed. Ambrose crosses himself. Requiescat cum Deis, Karen Santos, aum Kali, Mater Magna, aum Jesu Christe, Swami Noster. He gives you a sidelong glance. I'm not trans-Catholic. Oh, I'm not into religion at all, but I try to honor her in that way. Oh, I could complete the prayer if I was academic. If my troll was smarter, he would be able to say stuff. I'm sorry, Ambrose. It's okay, Fist. She made her peace, I guess. Ambrose looks silently at Karen's picture. Eventually, he turns back to you. Ripshot's dead. My old hood in Chicago is in the containment zone. And Karen, well, she was my best friend ever. I'm the last man standing. So here I am. I think I survived for a reason, so I could make other people's lives better. That's what I'm trying to do. Life is what we make it, right? Yeah, life is what we make it. Hey, you want a drink? We should have a drink. A robotic arm flings open a cabinet, clatters inside it, and swings across the room, clutching a sapphire blue bottle. This is Lambanog. It's a Filipino coconut vodka. You have a shot, babe? Have a shot with me? Yeah, sure, I'm gonna have one. The robotic arm pours 2 shots, swings one over to you. Ambrose gingerly takes the other in his ruined hand and holds it up. To fallen friends. To fallen friends. You swallow the shots together. The strong raisin-flavored liquor burns through going down. Ambrose looks around in silence, then his gaze settles on you, lonely. I used to be a real piece of work, Fist. When I got busted up, for the first time in my life, I had to rely on other people, broke, haunted, and close to death. That's so different from how you showed up, except for the death part. Someone here owed Karen a favor. The people of Hioi took care of us. Now I think, I did so much harm in my past life. How much healing can I do in this one? He sighs and clutches his shot glass against his chest, like a religious talisman. He looks softly at you. That's more than I've told anyone in a long time. It does the heart good, Fist. Thanks. Oh, a doctor's life is busy. Better wrap this up. Oh, thank you, Ambrose. It was a privilege to listen. I'm glad to know you, Fist. Okay. Show me your cyberware. We got a point, which is nice. Do we get the 1 strength and 1 quickness? 1 quickness. No, not yet.